Tuesday morning, a little past 7 a.m. June the 15th, 2010. Sunshine and I are sailing along about due south. Panama Canal's about 150 miles due north. We're on our way to the Galapagos. And the wind is about dead on the nose for making the Galapagos. So I'm having to run on tacks. Currently I'm going south on the starboard tack. There's about an 8 to 10 foot swell coming up out of the, I don't know, southwest, something like that. The wind waves aren't bad. Generally it looks to be a beautiful day. Much more pleasant than up in the canal zone where it was very hot and muggy. Amazing what a 150 miles difference will make in the temperature and having a nice breeze. Over this way, towards the east, is Panama. I think I'm too far away from it to be able to see it. In either case, it would be hidden under the clouds. Yesterday had a lot of rain squalls, but only one of them brushed past me. It's about 6:30 in the evening, Friday afternoon, June the 18th. And as I was sitting in the cockpit today earlier, sailing westward, the wind started to shift a bit, so the more favored tack was the southerly one. I tacked over, had the main and the Geno up, and thought it would be a good idea to start practicing or experimenting with some of the other sails. I'd already used the sail I had as a staysail on the staysail stay, but I thought I'd put it out on the head stay and rig up the storm jib on the staysail stay and see if how well that worked as a true cutter. Well, of course, as I was doing all that, the wind continued to increase to the point now where it's blowing about 25 pretty steady, gusting up a little bit more occasionally. And of course, the attending seas are building up. I'm about 4 degrees north of the equator and about 82 degrees longitude on my way to the Galapagos. Obviously, all this cloudiness, I think, is from the Humboldt current, the cold water coming up from the south and interacting with the warm air up here. It's not too bad. Not too wild a ride. Waves are maybe 8 feet once in a while. Scrabbling around out here. But there's the cutter rig. I got a reef in the mainsail. Maybe thinking it's time to put another reef in the mainsail before it gets fully dark. It's Monday, the 21st of June, about 11 o'clock in the morning local time. I'm about 5 degrees north latitude, maybe about 84 degrees west longitude. Right now we're sailing a course of about 250 or 260, and the Galapagos is about 230 degrees, about 500 miles away, so a bit off the port bow. It's another shot of my cutter rig, such as it is, with the storm jib and my staysail, applying the staysail on the head stay and the storm jib on the staysail stay. The staysail that I got is actually like a small Yankee, so this setup works pretty well in the stronger winds. I've got a reef in the main, and this system is balanced out pretty well. I only have about a third of a spoke, you can see there on the wheel, for weather helm. It's blowing pretty good, 20 knots or so. Seas are coming up from the south. all over the south actually, but mostly from about the south, southwest, 8, sometimes maybe 10 feet. Today I'm actually seeing some blue sky. I did yesterday as well. It's been a bit of a struggle getting to the Galapagos, mostly because of not enough wind or wind dead on the nose. My course is, like I said, about 230, and the wind right now is blowing from about 200, something around there. It's Monday morning, about 8 a.m. local time, 28th of June, 2010. Here, SunShine and I are slugging our way to windward, heading to the Galapagos. Started the 3rd week of the transit yesterday morning. So earlier in the trip it was very slow going and very frustrating. This increased wind here just piped up this morning, blowing about 25 knots. Got a reef in the main and my modified cutter rig on the head sails, and we're really cooking along, making about 6 knots, but it's a bit of a wild ride. Seas are coming up from the south up to 10 feet or so. You can see all the whitecaps out there. I'm about 200 miles out from the Galapagos, so maybe I'll make it in about 3 days, because right now I'm sailing north of my course line, which would be about 220. I'm making about 250 right now. One of the reasons for all this wind is the squall lines that are all around the horizon. Just went through a big one behind me. There's another one up ahead.